Hey, what's up guys? This is a DIY video for the BMW E46 sedans and I believe coupes from 1998, 1999 to 2002. I believe in 2003 a lot of the electronics in the car became very complicated and a lot of stuff like this needed to be coded. But before then, you could do your install rear fog lamps as I'm going to show you. Now, I lost a lot of my pictures online over the years, and this DIY was done in 2009, almost 10 years ago. So bear with me. This is going to be a photo by photo explanation of how to install this cheap and simple to do project on your car. So this is showing you kind of the finished product. Now I'm going to go in. Now, I lost a lot of pictures, but for some reason I was lucky enough to save pictures on my old ThinkPad here. So that's just showing you the switch. So that's the switch you're going to put in your car. You could buy that on eBay in UK or eBay in Germany, those German websites. So we're going to go to the first folder here, just an overview of what we're doing here. So that's the switch you're buying. That's the effect in your car. It just adds that light on your odometer. That's already the car is already pre-wired for this, so it's pretty much simple. That's going to be your old American or USA version LCM, LKM is what this is called. It's just a light switch for the BMW vehicles. And all you're doing in this write-up is changing the faceplate. You're not really changing the back. Now, if you're buying one of these online, all you really need is the faceplate. I think a lot of them sell the whole unit, but all you need is that faceplate. So that's the old faceplate coming off. And that's what it looks like once it's in your car. It's a nice, hefty switch. It has extra buttons for the rear fog lamps, as well as in Europe, you have the rheostat switch for, I believe, the headlamp up and down leveling. And that's the part number for the bushing and a plug that you're going to need. And that's it. And they're really cheap. I believe $360 and then $250. And this is from 2009. That's when I completed this DIY. It was October 2009. So you're going to go right into the pictures. So let's start with part one. Some of our pictures here. So part one begins with me buying the switch on eBay, and I used a lot of questions come, where do you buy parts? I usually go ebay.uk, ebay.germany, DE for Germany, and you can find parts for cheap. Now I found this LCM switch for about 10 quid, 10 pounds, which is about 15 US back then in 2009. I'm pretty sure it'll be a better exchange rate now, so. And to begin, you're going to pry the wood trim that's on this side of your steering wheel with a butter knife or a pry tool. Once you pry the wood trim off, you just remove that screw at the top to get your the body of the LCM out. You need to remove the body. Once you get that screw out, you just use a butter knife to push up and then pull out. Once it's loose, you can just use your hands to pull it out. Now what I did here, I kind of preemptively ran a wire kind of through underneath here. I think I had to remove that light, the footwell lamp or something else there I had to remove, and that's really easy to come out. And once I did that, I just kind of had my wire set up right there for that. So just do that. I think I did that ahead of time to just save time. And just once you do that, I think I just left that wire there and just continued on. So I just tied it off there, marking what the wire is, because the wire will connect to pin 49 in that big bundle of cable in there. Now you're going to start to put on your new LCM plate by removing the old plate. I think it's a pry. Let me zoom in if I can. You're just going to pry off little tabs right there, and once you get those tabs loose, it comes right off. And you unclip that pin. There, now the new LCM that you just bought from Europe will go in the same way the old one came off, and it's 100% plug and play. Plug and play being that you have to put your pins in and stuff like that. So that once you're done, you could just put that back together, marvel at how it looks. Very different, very sophisticated. I think it adds a bit of life to your BMW there. And that's just going back to the beginning. So let's go to part two. Up here in this folder. Now part two, I go to the trunk. I'm going to start working in the trunk. You could pause the video to read. I'm just gonna go through because I don't want this video to be like 20 minutes of me showing pictures. So I'm just gonna like not talk and just clip through. The picture should be obvious as well as the text. Now what I did was once I start drilling a hole in there, I used an old school Dremel on a power drill, a drill bit and a power drill to create a hole in there. Now underneath that plate on the rear fog in all American cars, it is a pre-wired spot for that bulb to just slide right in there. So the bulb fits right in there once you buy that bulb. And I believe it's the same bulb as the reverse lamp bulb too. And I test everything with the battery in the back to make sure it works. So that's that bulb. The bulb will sit loose for a bit, but you have to get creative to make it fit snug. So there you go. I think what I used was just a little piece from a flashlight that was laying around, an old flashlight in my mom's house, my parents' house. And that's just going back to the beginning. So let's go to part 3. So part 3 is just me snaking that wire through to the front. Zoom in so you guys could see. Sorry. Sorry guys, I'm going too fast. So that's one of the bushings you bought. And that's how it looks when it's done. And then you're just gonna maneuver that wire through the trunk lid there. And you test everything with the car battery, which is right there in the trunk, to make sure everything's working. Let's zoom in so you guys could, I'm not sure if you guys could see that. So that's me trying to get that Vaseline and a coat hanger to get that wire through that tube right there. Because it's going from the trunk lid into the trunk. And it works with the coat wire hanger and a bit of Vaseline, or you could use some sort of lube that you have laying around. Coming through the trunk. Once you get through that firewall in the trunk, the rest is a piece of cake. You just connect everything to your lead that's going to the front of the car. And I kind of have it from under the seat going all the way to the front. And I am... Actually, this should have been the first picture, but I'm not sure what's happening there. So that's it, guys. That's me explaining that part there. So let's go to part 4. So part 4, you go back to that wire you left behind the LCM plate body, and you're gonna look for pin 49 basically in that bundle. And that bushing that you bought from the dealership should fit right into pin 49. And then you just splice that wire onto the main wire that's going through your car to the trunk. And it's all gravy. It should be easy to do. So that, see, it says even 49 right there. It even says 49. It's upside down, but it says 49. And there'll be an empty pin slot in your in that bundle right there. It'll be one of the empty pin slots. That's just showing you that again. And that's how that looks. Put it all back together. That's just going back to the first pictures. Let's get out of here. Part 5, the last part. Once everything is together, it should work. Plug and play. Everything's plug and play here. Once you get those wires in the pin 49. And going from the rear fog lamp bulbs, everything is plug and play, and that's how it looks. Now the rear fogs, the dual rear fogs, only work when the front fog lamps are on or the front headlamps are on. Does not work without those things being on. And that's it, guys. So I'm gonna go through an archive of pictures of old E46 stuff and do videos like this. Let me know if you guys like this stuff. I'll do more of it. Okay, guys?